Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Be sure to follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website as well. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. xtra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, share, or do whatever it is you do there. And that's VDG Sports. That is VDG Sports. This episode is not, I repeat, not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, everything in between, what I'm thinking, what I'm not thinking, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, and every single thing. All things Vince. And you can follow me as well, Vince D. Gregory on Twitter. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. That's all I can ask for. That's all I ever want. Thank you if you're still here, even if you're not. Thanks. Many thanks. Regs, we're back at it again. We do what we do. This seems like every day, but it's not. And we got this special, unique bond. Thank you. Okay. It's getting that time again. There's a bunch of times coming around, but there's one that's going to come before the other time. Yes, we're getting close to ending the season. The season's almost over with, but that's not going to come before the other time. That's not going to come before the other time. The other time's going to come first. Regs, you already knew. Noobs, that's for me to get that petrol. That is for me to get that petrol. That's for me to get that fuel. I made this promise to myself long ago that I was not going to run out of the petrol or the fuel again because I made that walk of shame. The walk of shame is something I don't wish upon any frenemy or enemy or anyone, because you know you are in the wrong. You know you are wrong. And ain't nothing worse than, or to me, ain't nothing worse than knowing that I'm wrong and having the wrongers be reminded all the time. And I made that promise to myself, and that's one of the few promises I made. And I've so far, I've held it up. I probably should make a promise to myself not to blow up any more engines, but hey, that might be a little bit too much to ask. That might be a little too much to ask. I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to rely on my intuition. I'm going to rely on my gut feeling. I'm going to rely on my anticipation game and everything else. But I must admit, I may blow up another engine in my lifetime. Might be 2 or 3, actually, if I'm going to be completely honest. About 2 or 3 more engines. And it's not because I am a destroyer of engines. It's not because I don't like engines. It's not because I find it amusing, fun, something to do. No. It's because my knowledge base isn't where it should be. My level of that game is not even novice. It's beginner. It's still beginner level. And I can't say that is lack of trying. I've tried. I've progressed. I know when, how, and where to put oil. That's just about it. Before I put water in the engine, thinking that would suffice, thinking that was going to work. Yeah, the car went a couple feet possibly, and things were bad. Then there's other time where I was sabotaged, but I can't say that I won't be sabotaged again. I just gonna try not to. I'm just going to try not to put someone in a position to sabotage me or want to sabotage me, however that works out. But that's not something that I can control. That's not something within my control. The only thing within my control is I can up my knowledge base, up my game on engines, but that doesn't necessarily mean it can translate. That doesn't necessarily mean there won't be no loss in translation. That doesn't necessarily mean that I will be a novice at best. A novice at best. Then again, I could go ahead and help myself and get a new vehicle and have that vehicle do all of those things for me. Granted, the one I have now sort of does it, just doesn't it doesn't feed itself. It doesn't feed itself the petrol. It doesn't feed itself the oil and all the other things that keep it running when the bells and whistle go off. That's what I'm relying on. I am relying on the car itself to tell me when something is wrong. My knowledge, my knowledge base isn't strong enough for me to anticipate or for me to know when it is time to do whatever. I'm relying on the vehicle. And this isn't because lack of experience. No, 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 no. This is because I just don't know. I don't know everything. I am okay with that. There are holes in my knowledge base. There's holes in my lexicon. There's holes in the words that I speak and use. There's holes and in deficiencies. So it's not the other word. Get your mind out the gutter. And this is still a family program. This is a family program, and it wasn't me saying the other thing. And if I was, it would been reference to deficiencies like I am saying. Come on now. You should know me better than that. And noobs, now you know a little more in depth. Now you know a little more detail. Consider yourself a reg, assuming you come back, which you probably will. Thank you again. My knowledge base have deficiencies. I don't know everything. I'm okay with not knowing everything. And I kind of put my focus on whatever I'm trying to figure out, whatever I want to know, or whatever I feel as though I need to increase that knowledge base. So I need to increase that level so it can help me be more efficient in whatever I'm trying to do, or help me be able to use this at a later date or at some other time as a tool or as a method or as a process or something to be beneficial, even if it's a couple years later, even if it's a month later, however long, it doesn't matter, just long as it's there and not just trivial. But hold on. If it's trivia, it'll be a cool party. It'll be a cool party trick. If it's trivia, it will be a cool party trick, and that's about it. Still beneficial in that trivial way. Trivial. He said trivial. He. And that's also what helps me with my personal growth. That's what also helped me with my personal growth, because I know I don't know everything and I'm okay with not knowing everything. And I just try to pick out certain things that I want to add to my repertoire, pick out certain things that I want to add to my toolbox, pick out certain things or words that I want to add to my lexicon or what have you. And having that deeper knowledge of me not knowing everything helps me grow personally because I can understand what I don't know and just try to build off of that or try to help myself become more efficient in something else, do or find a better way to do something else, or even get advice and listen to others' advice to do something different or better than I was previously doing it. I ain't too proud to beg either. I ain't too proud to beg. If you know, you know. With all that being said, I still gonna keep that promise to myself. It is still a no judge zone, and I still am not and will not make the promise to myself for the engines. I'm not there yet. I'll get there one day. One day meaning sometime in the future that could turn out to be never, or it could turn out to be a year, two. I don't know. See how that works? I don't know. It's so easy. If you haven't tried it, just try it one time. If you don't know something, instead of making something up, even though make believe is fun, fabricating is fun, creating is fun when it's a creative space, but it's not fun when it's in reality and people are depending on that reality to be the correct realm and not some alternate planet or alternate universe or alternative that turns out to be far or further from the truth as possible. Go ahead and try it. It's fun. It makes you feel some kind of way. I can't describe the feeling. I'm just gonna say this. I like singing. I like dancing. I like making my chest pop in a G rod. I like being creative in my creative space. I like reading. I like writing. I like sports. I like my teams that I like. There are a lot of things that make me feel good. There are a lot of things that make me feel proud. There are a lot of things that build character or makes me feel human or makes me feel some kind of way. Admitting or saying that I don't know something when I don't know something, I gotta say, I don't know if anything can top that. I don't know if anything can top that just yet. And that's not make believe. That's not make believe. That's believing and make.